There's no question, Bhagwan, Ishwar, whatever. It's there. It's strengthened each day that I'm on set. It really is a set that is very unique. There was always going to be some things and conflicts and everything, hundreds of people and everything that goes along with making a big, large TV show that keeps growing. Because that presence is there, that faith is there, people perform better. So I play sitar, and I studied Indian classical, North Indian classical music. When I was reading the scene, my mom had recently passed away, so sorry.
Welcome, Alok Mehta, to Chai with the Chosen. It is so great to have you here. For those who know or don't know, Alok Mehta plays Barnaby, and I have to tell you, you're one of my favorite characters. Might be a little biased because of the Indian connection, but it's not just that you're brown like us, but it's your joy to the character that you bring, which is so important for me as a Christian to see that aspect being shared through your soul into this story that can be very serious a lot of the time. Your character, whenever you come in, me and my family, we just light up. So it's amazing to see you in person. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on Chai with the Chosen and drinking some chai right here. So I wanted to share this moment with you. I'm having a little rose gulab masala chai. So
That's so awesome.
yeah, I already had chai in the morning, but thanks to you guys, thoda aur, chai pina hai abhi.
Wow. Wow, I wanted to ask you, and I'm so glad you're already sharing what chai you're having and what kind, and you're already giving us that Hindi. Thank you so much. That
पूरी
means
है,
a lot to us.
बात कर सकता हूँ मैं मेरा गुजराती इज मोर पक्का लेकिन हिंदी आती है थोड़ी सो माफ कर दो पूरी है मैं कोशिश करता हूँ
Thank you so much. My Hindi is actually worse, so I'm not even going to try. But, but I thank you for it's like I think one of the most war things when I'm hearing you is you're not speaking in the Jewish accent that we see you speak in The Chosen. As like, oh wow, you are another person and that's a character, but you acted so well that you wouldn't know. You wouldn't
oh
know.
well no, we're just acting but some of us actually like Shahar is actually Israeli so he's doing no accent. Who told you that? And sometimes it seems like our accents are like heavier than his, because he's like I guess sometimes we probably overdo it, but no, it's a lot of fun, and it's nice to delve into these characters and try to approximate what that we're creating a whole world. Obviously, none of them were speaking English back then either, but you
Yeah.
know, I feel like for the storytelling, we got to do a little bit of our version of what that accent could have been or could be.
It's incredible. I know The Chosen is a show about transformation. And of course, I'm being transformed every episode that I've seen. We've watched it multiple times. Um, I wonder, have you experienced any kind of transformation as you are playing this? You're on this set. How has it been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, so much transformation, and each episode, and each moment, and each interaction, and constant transformation. There's constant affirmation of this, this intangible element that is permeates everything, and we can, people can call it by different names or whatever, but there's no question, Bhagwan, Ishwar, whatever, it's there. Is strengthened each day that I'm on set. It's just undeniable. And I would say also personally, I've always thought that when you work in a group where people are kind and their ego is maybe relinquished, or they feel that there's a higher purpose to the work, then the work part is becomes sort of like a incidental sort of byproduct of this other larger thing that's happening. And as a result of that, the work is better. So I've always intellectually sort of known that or believed that, but to experience that, it truly is. And I know it's cliche, a lot of us talk about this, but it really is a set that is very unique, where everybody there, because there was always going to be some things and conflicts and everything, hundreds of people and crew members and stories and all the everything that goes along with making a big, large TV show that keeps growing. But there is this thing that permeates all of it. And and it is undeniable. It is, you can feel it, and it's something that may feel ephemeral and hard to grasp, but then because it's there, because that presence is there, that faith is there, there is just the actual work, I think, is better, and people perform better. Who would think, you be kind to everybody and everyone be kind to each other, and you actually perform better. So that part of it is really cool.
So, which part of India are you from? Your roots? I know that you were born in the US,
Yes.
and your birthday is actually on a very special day for India.
Yeah.
The Independence Day, August 15th, incredible.
Yeah.
Where are your Indian roots from?
So I'm Gujarati. My mom was raised in Baroda, and my dad in Bombay, and I think they're both
Oh,
Bombay. But so my dad's from Andheri, and I've actually spent a lot of time in Bombay myself. So I actually I play sitar, and I studied North Indian classical music on sitar, and my guru. Pandit Nayan Ghosh, he's based in Juhu. He's got a school there, Sangeet Mahabharati. So for many years, I would go there and live there and study Indian music there. So I'm very familiar with Bombay. That's sort of like I consider that almost like a second home there. So I have lots of friends and family still there. But yeah, so we're Gujarati, and like Paras is Gujarati as well. So uh,
oh. Do you all
but
have
yeah,
like any on-set chat behind the scenes in Gujarati or Hindi?
yeah. Oh no, totally. We do. Paras and I definitely will slip into Gujarati sometimes. The whole point of it is that we're being secretive, so we can't reveal any details of our conversations.
No, I won't ask. That's
Yeah,
between you and him.
I said Adala su bole che. But I was saying what Dallas saying, but I'm just messing. Dallas actually is like the most clear, direct director who will like tell you so specifically and so in a concise way exactly what he wants, and he's so good at communicating.
That's
So that
great.
part is, yeah,
I love, like I said, I love the joy in your character, and I know that the script and everything would be a big role in that, but it's your soul, I feel, giving the character life. So, what is your inspiration behind Barnaby when you're playing?
like my father has definitely been the guy I've seen in social settings who will sometimes say like the inappropriate thing, but it's funny.
We heard about the wedding. Can you do that to the well by my house?
So I drew a little bit from that, just kind of laughing at your own jokes, in a way to.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, there's definitely some interesting things with specific scenes that I did differently, for specific things. But overall, I would say a lot of the writing and that what I was talking about earlier, the energy on set takes care of a lot of the um the technique. And unlike other jobs, your technique really can be just to have faith. Like if the character is like becoming a follower of Jesus, and a lot of our work now, especially season 5, and I mean, I'm not spoiling anything because it's in scripture, but a lot of it is just listening to this guy preach, right? And this and channel God, and towards the end of his life now, and it's really if you just show up and listen and allow yourself to be affected, as opposed to sort of consciously like, oh, okay, how am I going to act? So it's nice to just be able to release and have that trust and just, be able to just be present and be affected. So, they say whatever works though. Some days it may be something else. And, when the Barnaby healing scene, I had all these things I did to prepare. When I was reading the scene, my mom had recently passed away. So, sorry.
Sorry to hear that.
I was just imagining, like, imagine if I was around somebody who could heal her. She had Alzheimer's, somebody, if there was something. So I was just imagining that. And then I got caught up in it. And when he did, I was genuinely, and maybe that was how I prepared to maybe understand what it would be like. But then once I'm there on set, I'm just getting enough from Jonathan, from Anne, who plays Shula, and from George and Shahar and Abe, who are also in that scene, and of course Dallas. So you get wrapped up in it. So Yeah, so to answer like technique, it's kind of like what is that word? Jugad, this Hindi word that
Mm.
kind of whatever works, right? That's my approach towards acting in general.
It sounds like you're just being very open and bringing your life into this. If you have any memorable behind the scenes moment that stood out to you, moment or story that it like sticks with you.
So there's a scene at Matthew's house where we're all eating, and it's like a big spread. And Dallas had said to us before we did the master take, and it was a night shoot, and he had the long table, and our team had put all real food, and that's what I love about it. There's no miming and stuff like there's real
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
We had all this like pita and hummus and hard boiled eggs and fruit and everything like that. And he said, he said, really eat. I want you guys to really eat. But then, whatever you end up doing in the master shot, you end up having to do take after take after take after take all night. So, and I think the line is, Paras says, Barnaby, you like to eat something. So I wanted to like, while I say that line, Matthew, when you're not behind bars, you're quite good looking. I wanted to be like eating on that because I thought I see Brad Pitt's always eating. A lot of actors are eating. So I'm like, I like to eat on camera. It just feels very real and visceral. And, I thought it'd just be funny if Barnaby's like eating. So I chose to eat this hard boiled egg while saying that line. But then I had to eat like 12 eggs like that. I just had to, in order to match it, each take after take after take after take. I ate so many eggs, so that behind the scenes story for you there that some of those shots I've had, I'm about to like, ulti there, and throw up.
Wow, I would have never guessed. It's usually fake food, so that's nice that you actually got to eat, and it sounds like you had more than you bargained for.
Yeah.
There's just one question about, Chosen having the global fan base and whether you had any memorable interaction or reaction from a fan that has touched you.
It's countless. I mean, there's so many, so affected by this given what it is, right? So there's so many. I'm trying to think of recently. We had we had some extras, some Indian extras who came to set, and I got to meet them, and mother-daughter, and mother, two daughters, and a friend, I think, just to meet them and meet people who kind of look like me and, from India. That was really special, and to see how much it means to them. So, I actually did a quick thing with them where, we chatted for a minute, and to hear them express how much this means to them. And they came all the way from India. It was very moving to me to meet, Hamara sabse bade, India se fan. And that was really, really special. That was very nice. Another thing that just sticks out now, there was after that healing scene, the episode 306 came out. There's a lot of fans that reached out to me about how much it moved them, that scene, and obviously I experienced it on set as the character, but to hear these stories of people who felt like it maybe informed or helped them in their journey was really special. There's this one fan who said something about, I said that Barnaby's faith and selflessness. He is genuinely joyful that Shula is healed, and or he knew that Jesus had healed him there.
Yeah.
I think that really is not how a lot of us live, So I think this one person had reached out and said to me that to him, Barnaby, in that moment, it sort of expressed that when you combine faith and selflessness, miracles occur. And so he's saying that the miracle for him, for Barnaby, occurred, and miracles in general occur when there's faith, but also selflessness, and that really stuck with me. I love it. I love hearing how the show inspires people, and I love that some people find levity in my character, and maybe that's also needed, in certain moments.
It brings it home when we see an Indian actor carrying out these stories. So Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being on Chai with the Chosen. It's been an absolute honor talking to you. I'm completely red with excitement. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. I really appreciate being here and chatting with you. So appreciate it. Thank you. Bahut shukriya. India fans, please keep watching. Up tak, if you haven't seen it, please see it. If you're fans, please, aapka parivar ko, aapka doston ko, please spread the message of the show. And we're so happy. We're so happy that we're connected to India. It means a lot to me as well.